Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:28 a.m. Once again, we are with another monthly live stream or subscribers lesson. So bear me a moment, guys. I'll be back just in one quick second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I thought to start the letter D sound, but looks like my file has been removed somehow. Okay, so I have to recover this file. So I have to format it. All of them. So letter D. This file was deleted mistakenly. So I'm just trying to recover it. I don't know how I can do that. There must be some ways. But let me see if I can do this. Okay, I have to carry on because I don't find the way how this cross should be taken away. Because whatever I'm writing, okay, let me first. Okay, let me try now. Different. Okay, Davis. Letter D, a consonant. Sorry for this temporary trouble because the file was deleted somehow. I had to recover. Alright, so letter D, D is a consonant of English alphabet. Is it voiced? Yes, it is voiced. Alveolar stop. D. So what is an alveolar stop? D. Da, da, da. Okay, so welcome back, guys. I'm sorry. So letter D is a voiced alveolar stop. So a greatest question is, how do you know a sound is voiced or voiceless? A voiceless sound is one that just uses air to make the sound and not the voice. You can tell if a sound is voiced not by putting your hand gently on your throat to find out the vocal cord is vibrating or not. Okay, so for example, pet is a P is voiceless, whereas D is voiced. So the greatest way to understand is, you have to touch your throat to find that your vocal cord is vibrating or not. And what is an alveolar stop? Okay, let me explain. Okay, so in IPA, which is International Phonetic Alphabets, so there are three things, technical things are related to the sound. The state of the vocal cord, voiced or voiceless, number one. The place of articulation of the tract, sometimes we call it bilabial. The manner of articulation of the way air moves through the vocal tract, fricative, for example. The technical names of for the consonants follow the order listed above. Okay, so B is voiced bilabial stop. D is voiced alveolar stop. So what does it mean, alveolar stop? And there are other stops as well, like bilabial, labiodental, interdental, palatal, velar, glottal, fricative, affricate, nasal, liquid, glide. Those are bit advanced level expressions because these are related to the phonetics. uh, and phonetics is the hardest part of English learning. Okay, and it is a bit difficult for the laymen to understand when we are not aware the other terms, like this case alveolar. Okay, so what does alveolar mean in phonetics and phonology? So alveolar stop is a type of consonant sound made with the tongue in contact with the alveolar ridge located just behind the teeth, held tightly enough to block the passage of air. Okay, so
Behind.
behind, that's all right. Um, so it's a bit difficult to understand and find out these terms, but I believe that when you understand the you know alveolar plosives, then it will be easier for us. So the voiceless alveolar, dental, and post-alveolar plosives or stops are types of consonant sounds that are used almost all spoken languages. The symbol in the International Phonetic Alphabet that represent voiceless, dental, alveolar, and post-alveolar plosives. So like T, okay, then D, as I said earlier. So let's move on quickly. Very often, when we hear these words, we are confused because many of our learners are not able to pronounce them correctly. Especially this one, ask, and they pronounce like asked. It is not asked, it is asked. Though this D sounds like T, but that's the correct way to pronounce it. Okay.
Asked price.
And the next one is helped, excited,
Excited.
we have to remember all this ed sounds like id and d sounds like t. So it asked, helped, excited, wanted.
Wanted.
Wanted, remember, it is not wa, it is o. Wanted,
Wanted.
wanted. This is the British IPA,
Wanted.
and the American was on Ted. Wanted, yeah. The T sounds like flap T.
Wanted.
Wanted.
Okay, then let's come to the main. So the alphabet, actually alphabet letter, the letter D by itself makes two sounds, which is plain D, another one is D with Z. But by blending with other sounds, it can produce different sounds as well. Uh-oh. I've written it twice. So let's remove it. So the other blending sounds are ID, ED, and sometimes it sounds like T. It, ad, and ta. First one is D, plainly simple, like ladybird. Okay, let us listen to this part. So D sound.
Dog. D. O. G. D. O. G. D. O. G. Dog.
So it's dog. Da. Ga. Next one is dinosaur.
Dinosaur. D. I. N. S. O. D. I. N. S. O. D. I. S. O. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Next one is candle.
Candle. K. A. N. D. U. K. A. N. D. U. K. A. N. D. U. Candle.
Candle. Ladybird.
Ladybird. L. A. D. E. B. D. L. A. D. E. B. D. L. A. E. B. Ladybird.
Dune.
June. Ch. U. N. Ch. June.
You may have noticed this D sound is like Z. June. It's not June, it's June.
Jew. J. Ooh. J. Ooh. J. Ooh. Jew.
Jew. Next one is Duke.
Duke. Ch. K. Ch. K. Ch. Duke.
Jewel.
Jewel. J. Ooh. J. Ooh. J. Ooh. Jewel.
Hello, Idris Bhai, welcome. Are you free to join? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm fantastic too, like you.
Yeah.
I'm just playing some of the D sounds.
Hmm.
So if you have anything to share, maybe you can share with us.
Yeah, I heard about how native speakers talk or speak, like in connecting speech when they connect two words together. So it sounds like ja, what you, but in this separate word, it's like maybe, I don't know. Is it reliable sources? Are you using the website? Is it reliable?
It is, yeah. It is from the
Okay, yeah.
British Council.
Yeah, otherwise, like when we say a sentence, what did you do this morning? So, what did you is combined did you, like it sounds like ja when you connect both words. I am aware of that things, but in separate words like duke, dune, or I noticed two, three other words. Maybe I am wrong. Yeah.
No, you're right. So Dune. This sounds like Ja when it is connected speech. Exactly.
Yeah, but before word and when you connect this word, but in this single word also, it's like sounds like June. Yeah, like
Hmm.
Duke, not Duke. Everything that's sounds to me like Ch. But in movies, in series, Duke of Edinburgh, I always heard like Duke of Edinburgh, not Duke of Edinburgh. That's why I asked you, is it reliable sources?
It is, yeah. But when the word is at the beginning of a sentence, generally it sounds as it is like Duke is Duke. But when it's in
Yeah.
the middle, time it is the impact of other
So yeah,
sounds.
in Duke and in Dune, it's like okay. Now I got it. Can you see it in Dune? Like UK, it sounds like June, and US it's Dune. Both are separate. In US it's only D phonetics. Can you see phonetics?
Yeah, one moment.
IPA.
I'm sharing it. One moment.
It was visible. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, is here. Yeah,
In your slide also it was showing IPA.
yeah.
Can you notice after D it's J, so it's pronounced. You can tap it on speaker, then you will notice it. And in US you can see IP only D,
Hmm.
not like a J. You know.
Yeah, again, I understand. Let
So
me.
in British it may be like they pronounce June. Just click on mic sign and you will notice it.
One moment. Let me share it again. So this is the Cambridge. Okay. You can see
This
in.
is the Cambridge, but can you see phonetics beside the below the word? Dune, can you see mic of sign and IPA?
That's right. Yeah, and D and Z.
So did you notice any difference between US and UK
Yes.
fonts, like,
Mm-hmm. So
or is it same?
now
Dune,
this is the USA Dune.
Dune,
Yes,
Dune.
that's what I am talking. Yeah, it's like different IPA
Dune.
and sound is also different. Yeah, so it's British. Yeah, that's why it's June.
But when you
Yeah,
play this sound, I don't hear the Z sound.
Dune.
You say Dune.
but still
Dune.
little bit I can hear it in British, and it shows IPA too. Yeah, different IPA. Yeah, now I got it now.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's British. That's why we hear like June. Yeah, in in American it's a clear D. Yeah.
Mm, great. Thank you. And let me see. There are some other words possibly we can share. So, how is your business going on?
Yeah, it's everything is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. These words do plus if there is double dot, it sounds like da, like dove when it's noun. Yeah. But when it's verb, that is dove. Okay, I found both of them. Like if it is verb, then it is dove. Another common confusing sound. The dove bird, yeah?
Yeah, it's a swa sound. Yeah. We don't speak like Manchester people like dove. We
Okay.
speak dove. Yeah. We speak cup, not cope. Like how they pronounce word. They pronounce love, but it's swa sound. Yeah. Dove, done, love, cup, all swa sound. Yeah.
Okay. The dive is a verb. Dive, do you remember dive? Dive, dove.
Dive, yeah, in water. Let's dive into when you start something or when you jump into water. So let's dive into swimming pool. Am I right? Dive,
That's
DIV. Are
that's
you
right.
talking about dive?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So in that case, the past tense is dove.
yeah.
Okay, what is verb dive? Like past tense of dive. Yes.
And dove is kind of pigeon too.
Yes. Pigeon. And there is a famous
And we have a soap company like
yes.
Dove.
Yeah. There is a famous soap company as well. So dive, when it is verb, that time it sounds like dove. You see, this phonetics dove. Okay, then done and doctor. Yeah, document. But don't, doesn't, doer, exception. There is always exception. Sometimes English language seems to be crazy language to me. They follow the rules and they don't follow either. So what's your plan for the day, this way?
No plan.
Mm-hmm. I think these what's called your this restriction has been withdrawn, right, from India?
Yeah, it's not too strict, but now I am in my hometown, so it's like not a metropolitan city like Mumbai. But in Mumbai too, also it's not like a strict now. I heard it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. One moment. Have you had your both of the vaccination?
Yes. Yeah. Long time ago.
Hmm. Great. So in D sounds, sometimes the D sounds like T, D sounds like ID, and D simple D. So let us find out some of them. Let me make it a bit bigger, So pronouncing ED endings for D, ta, and ID. Okay. Endings of words that use the suffix ed are pronounced in three different ways, as an added T or D sound or extra syllable ID. It's actually quite easy to spot the difference between these different pronunciation as this short explanation. Okay, let me see. ED endings are T or D. Should I make it a little bit bigger? It sounds a bit.
No, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, so what's usually ending with the following sounds add a T sound when you add ed, like K, S, CH, SH, both voiced and unvoiced. F, P, and TH, both voiced and unvoiced. Like clicked, marched. Though D is there, but it sounds like T. And blocked. Stopped. It is where I'll be back in a moment.
It's okay. Yeah.
Can we skip talking for a second?
Yeah.
I'm back. Is Barry still there? Oh, I think he must have gone. So, letter D has got 3 other extra sounds. Sometimes the D sounds like T, and sometimes D sounds like ID, and also sometimes D sounds like ED. So the rule is that when there is K, S, CH, SH, F, P, and TH, both voiced SH and unvoiced SH, similarly voiced TH and unvoiced TH, and it should sound like T. So examples: click, clicked, march, marched, stop, stopped, block, blocked, flop, flopped. And most words ending with other sounds add D sounds like A, B, E, G, H, I, J, L, M, N, O, Q, R, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So earned, turned, burned, dreamed. Dreams could be both way, D and T. Ban, banned, call, called. So it's not really necessary to learn these leads. However, as the T and D sound should come quite naturally, you try to say marched. It's likely to sound marched. There is also some flexibility here. I think this way is gone. As shown by the existence of some alternative spellings of verbs such as learned and learned, burned and burnt, earned and earned, and all of which have been used as acceptable alternative spelling and pronunciations in English. ED endings with the ID sound. The ED ending adds an extra syllable to words when it is pronounced ID, which is actually more generally an unpronounced sound, the schwa. This pronunciation is used when ed is added to words ending with either a, t, or d sounds, which means that when the word has d and t at the end, then it becomes ed sound, landed. For example, though it seems to be landed, but it is landed. Similarly, waited, excited, painted, suggested, planted. So we have to remember, if there is D and T, and after that, if there is ED, the ED should sound like ID, not ED. Wanted, for example, want, wanted. Hunt, hunted. Haunt, haunted. This essentially means what you need to remember is D or T, and it words at a syllable with ED. Okay, exception. There are always exceptions, guys, when you learn phonetics rules. A number of words that fit into the D pattern of pronunciation are actually pronounced with the extra syllables. ID form. This need to be learned separately, like aced, blessed, crooked. So how does the ace sound? Aced
aged,
or aged. It could be both. If it is an adjective, it is aged. Remember that. Ryan, money nilana? Aged. Okay, then blessed.
blessed,
Or blessed. Oh, blessed, aged. I see. You can hear the sound. Blessed, aged, crooked. How about DOGGED?
dogged,
It is dogged. He's a dogged person, for example. So we get to be careful about using these words because is ID sound is separate. Like aged, blessed, crooked, dogged, learned. These are adjectives. Remember, when it is verb, then it should sound together. But when it is an adjective, then only the case it should be pronounced like ID separately. Similarly, naked, ragged, wicked, wretched, rather than rest. Okay,
wretched,
wretched adjective. So we have to remember these words when we use as an adjective, the ID should be pronounced separately, clearly, distinctively. Okay, it is worth noting that some of these words can be pronounced in two forms with an added D sound or an added syllable ID. Sometimes the pronunciation can change the meaning. For example, learned, pronounced learned, is a past tense but or past participle. But when we use learned, that time it is an adjective. So that is the main impact of pronouncing these words. So when we pronounce as D, that time it is a verb, but when it is pronounced ID, that time it is an adjective. So learned, or learned. Now it is an adjective. So we have to be careful about that. Like it rained, she skipped, he acted. Or we had this sounds like a ladybird, dog. Okay, let me see if there is any tongue twister. Okay, there are a few tongue twister of D. Let me find out. Hello, Smith. Welcome. Why no one is commenting? Because it's not a public live stream, Smith. Because you have got older version, that's why you could come and comment. If you update it, you'll not be able to comment as well, you know. So next word is SK with D, ED, and T. Let me find the words ending SK. Okay. Smite, yes, obviously it's a subscribers only lesson. And non-subscribers are not able to comment at all. Because you have got older versions, so you're lucky enough to comment it. Okay? So let us find some of the word that has got at the beginning SK, at the end is ID, like ski, skied.
Ski.
Ski, skied.
Skied.
Yes, mate, still you can. As I said, yep, you didn't update your Hello app. If you update it, then you'll not be able to comment. Skied. So it's after you, whatever you do, you know. That scald, scalded, SCA, skunk, skunk, yeah, sizzling, skanky, skanky person, skanky, some of the words, skankade. Okay, so let's go to the tongue twister quickly. We've got 4 minutes more. So ski, skate, then ski is also noun, but this is verb. What is skanky? I found a pair of skanky clothes on the floor. Okay, a dozen ding dongs do drop in at the dewdrop in. Do drop in at the dewdrop in. So it is do drop in at the dewdrop in. How much dew could dew drop if a dewdrop did drop dew? Daddy does not dig different dances. Okay, so that will be the ending of today's lesson, dear viewers. Thank you very much for listening to me silently. If you are interested to join any of my lessons, you are more than welcome. You have to visit my profile and choose the course or the lesson, then you'll be able to join these lessons. The advantages are, when you subscribe to any of my lessons, you can join my public live streams. Okay, thank you very much, guys. See you later.